Alright everybody, it's Tony back again with another quick video. Got my old school Wheelhorse 855 here. I just got done doing a GX200 swap and just rigged up a little foot pedal throttle, so give you guys a little shot of that. But with the factory belt and belt cover, what I settled with doing to be able to run the hood still was you know, I bent it out a little bit. I wasn't going to cut it, but I did settle with bending it. So, you know, I could have ran it with the engine further back and then played around with a shorter belt, but then would have had to modify or make a custom cover. So that's what I decided to settle with doing, was just bending it out a little bit. And reclocked the muffler. You know, it's pretty simple. You know, I got a welder, but you know, I just cut it right below the factory weld, and you know, turned it 90, re-welded it, so it's, you know, now it's pointing out the side, but I gotta pretty up that cover. I just whacked it with the hammer to get it to fit, but you know what I mean, it's a tight fit, but like I said, I wasn't too worried about bending the hood out, because I could always bend it back if I put a factory engine. But like I said, I left the cover, it's all original, belt's the original belt, so I'm content with how that came out for basically the no money I got invested into this build so far. Only bought the headlights and a lighting coil, so I still need a flywheel. But even this brake or foot throttle I just rigged up, probably got less than $20 into it. I used the steering stem out of a, you know, trash pick bike. I robbed the brake pedal off it. You know, I needed that stem to get the pedal oriented like that. And then you know, that latch is probably like $10 at Walmart. So even the bolt pattern basically lined up. Just had to upsize it a size to get the bolts to fit, but that all worked out pretty clutch to clamp right onto that factory post. You know, there's nothing drilled or modified to the frame. You know, I really don't want to go hacking up the frame. All I've done was drill new holes for the engine. So you know, the throttle works decent for what it is. You know, give you guys a little shot of the top. Like I said, I basically just used mostly bicycle parts, and the outer cable was off a little Wonder Relief blower that I just had laying around. It was about the right length, but I just put a new inner cable in it, and used to clamp again, you know, from that Mongoose bicycle, to just clamp it off on the lever. Added an extra return spring, but doesn't work bad. You know, it's not the smoothest. You know, might add a little piece of plastic or something. I don't know. We'll see. But for as simple as that was to kind of whip together, I'm content with how it works for now. You know, basically anybody at home with just a drill bit and some old bicycle parts and a drill to whip this up. But I guess it all depends on what kind of tractor you have. You know, I've been watching how some of the other guys do it with the bicycle brake lever. So that was just my version of it. You know, I'm not going to take credit for coming up with the idea, but that's just what my brain whipped up with some of the parts I had floating around, but doesn't work bad. So I had one of these rigid drill battery adapters for another project I was going to do, but that's my temporary battery, since, like I said, I don't have the flywheel to run the lighting coil on this engine. So they're pretty cheap on Amazon, so I'll end up just ordering one. But I wanted to see if maybe I had one floating around, but I don't. So probably just clip that video here. I'll make another video of it running, and then I'll try to show you how these headlights look at night. But that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.